Episode 56, the AI stack I use to work smarter every day.
The AI 6 Podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
Let me share what AI tools I use in my own business. I've replaced a video editor, I've reduced the need for an extra content creator, I've systemized our entire content workflow, and I've streamlined production in a way that saved us an estimated 40% in time and effort. Hello, and welcome back to the AI 6 Podcast, the podcast where I share smart, practical ways to use AI for marketing and communications. Today, I'm giving you a behind-the-scenes look at the AI tools I actually use every single day to run my business while maintaining my creative voice. I call it my AI business stack. It's how I streamline my content creation, manage projects, produce this podcast, and stay ahead in a fast-moving, ever-demanding digital world. So, if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the number of AI tools out there, this episode is for you. Let's get into the 7 tools I swear by, but stick around to the end for some extra recommendations as well. And I also share how they fit into my creative workflow and my daily working life. Number 1, VoicePal, my voice first assistant. Actually, I have a full podcast episode dedicated to this. I love it so much. I'm a voice first creator. My best ideas come when I speak them out aloud, not when I stare at a blank document. That, my friends, is a creative killer. VoicePal helps me capture those ideas in real time, transcribe them accurately, and even shape them into rough drafts. It's perfect for content planning, podcast scripting, or just getting that brain dump out of my head and into action. I feel that it moves me through procrastination. If you're someone who thinks better on your feet or on a wall, this is a game changer. Now, I have to admit, I am a natural writer, so often I can write, but I've really leaned into the power of my voice, and honestly, I'm much more productive. Please try it. Number 2, Claude, my thinking partner. Claude is my AI co-writer. I use it to summarize long text, structure my ideas, and help refine things when I've got the bones of something, but it's not yet quite polished. It's really powerful, and it can process the equivalent of an entire novel in seconds. But obviously, do not write your novels or your scripts just by using Claude alone. Remember what Mark Schaefer says? AI output is only as good as the AI input. So, if I have long documents, which I do have, I have meeting transcripts, I have podcast transcripts, I have blog posts, I have my books, I have so much content that I've written. I have endless number of courses that I have created that are my original work that I can repurpose. So Claude is a friend when you need clarity or structure. Number 3, Opus Clip, my short form video editor. One of the most powerful tools in my stack, especially for content repurposing. Opus Clips takes long-form videos or podcast recordings and automatically finds the best clips to turn into short, social-ready videos. It adds dynamic captions, jump cuts, and even headlines. You also get transcripts. I use it to create short-form videos for LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all from one long recording. I don't need a video editor anymore. This saves me hours. It really does. And honestly, I'm so grateful for it. Number 4, SocialInsider, my social intelligence tool of choice. Content is only as good as its impact. And this is the question that my clients always ask me. Joanne, can you help us better understand how our content is performing and why it's been performing? So I'll often use SocialInsider to help me understand content performance. But obviously, because I know the nuance of the clients, the context of where they're coming from, the challenges in their market, why their citizens don't want to engage with them, public policy confusion, the language of public sector, I can bring that into my work. But what SocialInsider does is it will help me look at the data, the billions of data points that I need to interpret and to provide useful insight. It can also benchmark across platforms. It can benchmark against other agencies. And it's really helpful for me when I'm working on strategy and reporting. And while social media is one of the core fundamental areas of my work, more and more it's about data and insight. Number 5 is Buzzsprout. This is my podcast engine. I need to talk about it because this is the tool that I use for my AI6 podcast. It helps me get it out into the world to every single podcast platform going. I absolutely love Buzzsprout. It also handles analytics. I can optimize my podcast for discoverability on each of those podcast networks. And of course, it does all of the distribution, and it's got a beautiful, clean interface, which I love. It also gives me the data that I look at almost every day. I need to stop looking at it every day. I need to start looking at my data weekly and monthly just. But I'm really keen to grow this podcast. So if you're listening right now, please give me a share. And also, did you know that if you're listening on Spotify, you can send me a text, ask me a question, recommend an episode topic, or even invite yourself onto my podcast. So go ahead, send me a text on Spotify, and it's all because of Buzzsprout.
The AI6 Podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
This episode is so good that I've transformed it into 2 episodes of the AI6 Podcast. So you're going to hear part 1 of the AI stack I use to work smarter every day, and you're going to have to come back tomorrow for part 2.